since 2005. You're listening to Gamertag Radio with your hosts, podcaster Hall of Famer Danny Peña, the always opinionated Paris Lilly, and from outside of the norm, Peter Toledo. This is Gamertag Radio.
Welcome to Gamertag Radio, episode 1233. This is your host, Danny Peña, and also part of the show, we have the co-host, the crew. Let's start with Paris Lilly. Paris, what's up, man?
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Everything's good, man. Everything is good. And also we have, from all the way the other side of the world, we have Pete.
What's up?
Peter Toledo. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Good. Just getting ready for the holidays. After that, the Game Awards. You know, we'll see what happens. Let's see what's going to happen during that time. But yeah, are you all set, Paris, to go to the awards? You're all ready? Like,
no, I'm not. I still do not have a ticket.
Look, guys, don't fall for that face.
I don't. I do not have a ticket yet.
I don't have a ticket, but we're going. I don't know where you're.
I'm just saying. I've not gotten any confirmation of the winky face. Yeah. Nothing. I know nothing.
He's getting tickets. Don't fall for it. That's bait right there. Don't fall for it.
You ask. I love how you ask me if I'm all ready to go for the Game Awards, and I legitimately say I do not have a ticket, and then you basically tell me I'm lying. That's what you said.
You're going. I don't know why you bring that up. You're going.
Okay, rewind. Ask again. Yeah. Ask me again.
Okay. Are you getting ready for the Game Awards? Are you all set?
No, I am not all set for the Game Awards because I do not have a ticket yet.
He's going, guys. You're going to see pictures of him at the awards. It's all good. All right, everyone, head over to gamertagradio.com. Listen to our past episodes. Also, you can find us on any podcast app. Just search for Gamertag Radio. We're there. Make sure to subscribe and give us a follow and post a review. And if you would like to be part of our family discussion, here how you can contact.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
All right, so we're back here. Paris is still cracking up. Look, the reason I'm like this with Paris, because before the stream, we usually do this sync. You know, we do a countdown and then sync. And I have the camera on, and I'm seeing Pete, counting down with me and Paris, right? And then after we said sync, I see Paris saying something, but it's all muted. I only can hear it through the audio. He's going to send it to me later. So he's probably said something really bad about me.
Slander. Wow, just openly slanders.
You want to know what I said? I was like, I do not have a ticket yet for the Game Awards, so I'm not all set. That's what I said.
It's all good. By the way, Paris, we have to talk about our experience. You coming over here a couple of days ago, and you helped me install my brand new RTX 4080. I know you have a 4090, thanks to Nvidia for sending us that. And it was a very interesting.
My business on the street.
It's the truth. You have one. You've been posting pictures of it. So it was a very interesting experience because look, I've never, and Pete probably was curious about this. Like I've never installed anything like this. My PC. But thank you for the help. We made it happen. I wasn't expecting this thing to be that big. That thing is huge.
You saw my expression.
Yeah.
How much
shocked.
did he struggle, honestly?
So here's the thing. Hold on. I'm actually just tweeting out live that we're
and knowing obviously between the three of us, Danny has very, very little experience. And that's no knock on him. It's just his preference.
Yeah, it just is what it is. Yeah.
And based on that,
we knew that going in. That's why we wanted to help him.
Right.
So here's the thing. So we knew he was getting a card. Thanks, Nvidia, send all stuff over. I was like, yeah, I'll come help you. And originally he was going to just come to my house. And I was like, nah, why lug your whole PC over here? That doesn't make any sense. I'll just drive up there and, just do it there in your house. That way, real time, we can plug it in, test it, do the whole thing. So, okay. So I go up there. Now, mind you, I had been telling him this entire time. I was like, it ain't gonna be big as a 4090. Your case is gonna be good. I'm not even concerned. Probably a couple powers. Couple plug. We're all good. I have zero concern. I like, dude, just take 5 minutes. We'll be done. He gets the box. So I look at the box and I'm like, damn, that box is as big as a 4090. Wonder why they did that. Right. Uh-huh. So he gets the box. We do and you can watch the video. He has it on Twitter on his account. We do the unboxing. You see my real time reaction when he opens it up, and I'm like, "That's as big as a 4090."
Yeah.
And I look at his case, and I instantly got concerned. I was like,
I was very concerned. I'm not gonna lie. I was very concerned.
I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. I was like, uh-oh. Now I look at the case, and I'm like, no, it'll fit. I go, we'll be fine, because we weren't doing a vertical mount. It was standard mount. So I'm just like, it's going to be three slots. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, he has plenty of room. No problem. Then I realize it's, the adapter for the power supply adapter. It's 3 plugs, not 2. I assume, again, this is me assuming. I assumed it was 2. It was 3. The 4090, as an example, is 4. But the 4th plug is optional. It's just overhead if you want to overclock. Right. So I'm like, oh man. So we read the instructions. I'm like, nope, you got to have 3. His setup, because he had the fancy, he got the fancy cabling and all that. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh man, it's only 2. I go, well, this is going to be a little more complicated than I thought. I'm going to have to literally pull plugs. And I'm like, hopefully he has an
extra set in a box.
Yeah, under there. So I basically had to unplug his fancy cabling and pull the original plugs through the power supply. So I had to open everything up, take out the bag, pull it through, hooked it up. Everything, then it was fine. Everything was good then. But yeah, there was a moment there where I was like, oh, man.
I was sweating. I was like, oh,
because I forgot to bring like my cable bag. Like I was going to bring like all my tools and everything.
Tie
so
wraps,
I was going to have
the whole nine,
exactly. I forgot. So I was like, oh crap. I was like, I hope this works. Or
so now it looks like a crow's nest.
Yeah. So, but it worked out. It was fine. It ultimately turned out to be fine. Got it in there, recabled everything, and powered right up. Because we had it before the official launch, so we had to grab some beta drivers from the press site, stuff like that. But it was fine.
No, there was one more thing. There's one more thing, Paris, I forgot to bring up.
What's that?
The part where we already installed it, right? We put it in, and the cable, I think it's the cooling cable. It's like Pete, inches away from the fan.
Glass. Oh, from the fan. Oh,
yo, super close. Like if I show you the picture of this, you'd be like, "Oh my god, that is very." Yeah,
he was very concerned over that. I was like, "No, it ain't gonna move. Don't worry, it'll be good."
and it hasn't moved. Yeah. It's been like that. Yeah. I haven't touched it or anything, man. But I was very nervous. I'm like, "Oh man, this thing is," but everything has been great. A lot faster. I also been trying different games. Like I tried. I went back and play Cyberpunk 2077 because I've never played Cyberpunk on the PC. So I've been playing it max settings. It looks very different than the console, of course, but it looks good. Been having a great time, man. So let me ask you this, P and Paris, like you guys, when you play a game like that, like Cyberpunk, do you guys put in max settings or you like to experiment? Do you like to just have it like auto? Or not max settings at all? Just a quick question about that.
I'll let Pete answer first.
I think for me, It depends on the game. If I know that it's a game that's going to be graphically challenging, I'll run through the benchmark if it has it as a game. Call of Duty and things like that usually have a benchmark setting that lets you run through that. And that's what I'll do up front, just to dial it in. If it has an auto setting, I'll let it auto tune itself. For example, we're doing a review of a game, now, and it has that option. Do you want to auto test? Do you want it to auto benchmark? So I let it auto benchmark, and if I see it struggling or chugging or whatever, then I'll go back through and I'll start to to fine tune and tweak it. But for the most part, and I'm not gonna lie to you, you guys keep talking about this. I'm seeing, I'm hearing Paris talking about having to pull out all the cables, and I keep looking back at my case, and I'm curious if it's going to fit. Like, I don't know if it's legitimately going to fit in my case.
Wait, don't you have a Lean Lee?
I have two. I originally had the 011 XL like you, but then I went and I got the Evo, the Dynamic Evo, which is smaller with the upright GPU. So instead of and that's my concern. I don't know how much. My concern is how much wider it's going to be. Because remember, it like if you're looking at it straight on, here's the motherboard. The GPU sits like this.
Well, I can already tell you because I had a vertical mount in my Lean Lee. It was 2 slot. Needs to be 3.
No. That's not. Remember, it's. I can't take off my camera. So
no, don't take it. Don't take it. It's all good.
Hey, don't tell him what to do. If he wants to do it, let him do it.
So if you look at the computer, like if you look at the open screen, the open window in your computer cases, the GPU stands upright, parallel to the motherboard. So there's no.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like a vertical mount where it sits in front of the motherboard or slots in. It sits parallel to it, right? So like, I'm trying to think of like a perfect example. Great book, by the way. This is my motherboard, right? This is new Questlove book. Here's my motherboard. My GPU sits like this instead of like this or like that. It sits like this. So my concern, if it's too wide, it's going to interfere with cables here or this. Yeah.
Hey, Pete, just go ahead and assume it ain't going to work.
Just get another case. Just buy another case. Baby, I'm buying another case, and you can't do nothing about it. She's not even here to say no.
Home. She ain't home. There's no way
that's the only reason I did that.
Wait. So Paris, I know you said you wanted Pete to answer the question. What about you? Like, do you do the same thing, Max, or not really?
So let's just take as an example. We just got Spider-Man Miles Morales on PC. So because I have a 4090, which is, and I'm doing air quotes, the cutting edge, most powerful graphics card there is, I max everything out because I want to see what it can do, full bore, ultra settings, full ray tracing, all that stuff. So I immediately go to max settings, and then I'll do benchmarks to see performance wise what it's doing. And if I'm not happy with that, then I'll start scaling certain things back to obviously increase more frames per second, things like that. But typically if I know I have a high end GPU at that time for a game, I want to see what that GPU can do out of the box. And then, I'll scale down as needed. But knock on wood, so far with the 4090, I've basically just left everything maxed out. Between that and the games that support DLSS 3, like Miles Morales as an example, supports DLSS 3. I'm 4K maxed out, 100 plus frames on everything. So it's been good so far. And turning off DLSS 3, like as an example in Cyberpunk, I can still hit 4K 60 with a 4090. So even in that scenario, not using DLSS 3 still works great.
Now, in my case, Paris, like I've been experimenting. Is it worth doing ultra or psycho settings?
Is it worth it?
Yeah, worth like for me. Like, is it better or just stick with like ultra or go all the way?
Well, again, with Cyberpunk as an example, the fact that you can use DLSS 3, max it out because you're still. I think I want to say when I looked at Digital Foundry and some of the others that were benchmarking it, I mean they were still getting high 90s. With DLSS 3 enabled. I'm not sure turning it off what that would look like. You might have to tinker around with it more. But the thing with DLSS 3, obviously not every game is taking advantage of that right now. It's still a small percentage of games that take advantage of it. So the 40, might as well just kind of jump into the whole thing with 4080. So that's the one thing about it from a performance standpoint. It's fantastic. There's no issues. It's definitely a card that you would want to have. You're going to be able to play virtually any game that you want, very high settings. I mean, obviously ray tracing, you might have to tinker around a little bit, depending on what you want to look at from frames per second if you're trying to play at 4K. But it costs too much. That's the problem. It costs too much. You can almost justify spending $1,600 on a 4090 because the performance that you're getting out of that is literally unprecedented for that card. The 4080, when you compare it to what you would get currently from like a 3090 or a 3090 Ti, it's good, but is it $1,200 good? That's the one thing that I'm looking at with that card that is disappointing. If you go back in time to what they were originally pricing the 3080 at before, the crypto miners just inflated the price beyond ridiculous, that made a lot more sense. I believe it was $800. That's probably what the 4080 should be. So the fact that you're spending $400+ depending on the brand that you get, and obviously third party board partners have inflated it up to even $1,500 for a 4080. It's very hard to justify that price for the performance that you're getting. And not to mention, obviously, AMD just dropped their cards as well, which even that is a little pricey, even at $999. I wish it was a little, I'm talking, excuse me. Nvidia's like, shut up.
They got you. Nvidia's like,
shut up. Stop talking about the prices. We sit your card. You can't.
Don't mention the A word. Don't mention the A word.
No, but I mean, being serious for a second. So, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, AMD, with the 7900 XTX even at $999, looks like the performance on that is comparable to the 4080, but I wish it was maybe $100 cheaper or whatever. And look, full disclosure, Nvidia obviously sent us these cards for review. I have the 4090, you have the 4080, but part of the great thing that I like about our relationship with Nvidia is they want us to be honest. And this is just an honest, take that I wish the prices on it were a little cheaper, because I think, and that's the unfortunate part about it. People are running out and spending the money on these things. So from NVIDIA's standpoint, there's no incentive to lower the price if people are wanting to spend the money on it. But I think just from a practical standpoint, your 3080 cards when they launch were more reasonable. And this is where competition comes in. If AMD is able to get a strong footprint in the GPU market with these 7900 cards, that's going to basically force NVIDIA to start lowering their prices on some of this stuff. It'll be interesting to see what they price that 4070 card at. And we know there's this, what was a 4080 12 gigabyte, but now it's not a 4080. It's probably going to be a 4070 Ti or something. I'll be interested to see what the pricing on that looks like as well. So I would imagine they probably say something at CES, but we'll see.
Do you think the price was NVIDIA's way of somewhat level setting, knowing that cryptocurrency and mining is not where it used to be, and there's not as much market for it as it was over the last two series of cards? So but
see, that's the thing, Pete. You would think, excuse me, you would think the price would go down because crypto mining isn't as prevalent as it was just 2 years ago, where people were more than willing to pay those inflated prices to get these GPUs. So that market isn't there anymore. So you don't have the demand anymore, but yet you kept the prices the same. That's the way I look at it.
You got to make up for lost revenue, knowing that you're not going to sell as many cards. So you increase the prices.
There's no lost revenue.
I disagree on that, because that's the whole point. You had unprecedented demand during the basically the life of the 30 series cards because of crypto mining, right? Mm-hmm. So, all right, now you're releasing the 4000 series. You basically said, well, we know we can get away selling this price, but there isn't as much of a demand because crypto isn't that market isn't there anymore. You didn't bring the price back down to where it should be. That's kind of what I'm saying. So, and I've seen a few videos already that the 4080 isn't necessarily selling out the way that the previous generation did, or even like the 4090 was, because like I said, the 4090 is more justified at its price point because of the performance that you're getting. What I'm saying is the performance that you're getting out of the 4080 at a $1,200 price point. Oof, I don't know if that's justified. I don't feel that it is. I truly feel like this should be a $799 card. That's what I think personally. Like, I think in a perfect world, that 4090 is $1,200 and the 4080 is $799 in a perfect world. And that's why I'm saying both of those cards feel like the price has been inflated by about $400 each. Whereas at least the 4090, I can somewhat wrap my brain around that price point, but the 4080, I cannot. I do think it's overpriced.
And I think the value gets more and more prevalent or more or more visible as the price goes down and the power starts to become more, I guess, equivalent to the price. So that's why I'm curious what that, like you said, what that price is going to be for that 12 gig variant, whatever, whether it's going to be whatever they end up calling it, right? 4070 Ti or Super Plus or whatever magic name, they come up with. Very curious. Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I'm just also curious how many other iterations, because we always know that they go from 90s to 80s to 70s, 60s, and then sometimes even 50s. But I think they stopped with the 50 on the 10 series. So do they go 4070 or do they go 4070 Ti because it's technically an 80 with less DRAM?
But that's the thing. It's technically not an 80. That's why so many people got pissed. It is a 4070. Here's my guess on what's going to happen. This is again, I don't know nothing. This is me guessing. I think you will see a 4070 that's $800, $799. I think the old 4080 12 gigabyte now becomes a 4070 Ti. I think that's $1,000. Then you go up to the 4080 at 12, and then the 4090 where it is at 16. I think that's their price structure right now. And the reality is, like I said before, it is going to be up to AMD with their 7900 series cards to show value at that price point for performance to then get Nvidia to eventually course correct their pricing. Because if we go through this current generation of GPUs and you're not seeing the performance out of those AMD cards that rivals what NVIDIA is doing. NVIDIA, when we get to the 5000 series or whatever, and I'm like, raise the price again. Why not? So hopefully we'll see it'll be a lot more competitive this generation of GPUs, but we'll see.
So CES maybe? That's where we probably will find out more information about it.
I would imagine both AMD and NVIDIA have press conference. I know NVIDIA will have a press conference at CES, and I imagine AMD probably talks more about their GPU and CPU lineups going into 2023. But I would almost bet money they debut the 4070 at CES.
That's CES, because that's right at the beginning of January. So that's if there's a time and place for that to get the formal announcement. I would also agree with that. And it goes October, November, I guess December, they're going to just ignore for the holiday season and then just start January off with that. Yeah. That makes about sense. That's about right.
Ooh, I bet there's some people listening to this mag or guy. I'm here for PlayStation and Xbox talk. Why y'all stop talking about the PC parts? I don't care about that.
I'm still learning, guys. Join the movement. I'm still learning. No, Pete, quick question before we go to the next topic. Are you planning to get any of these cards at all? Or are you just going to wait?
Know.
It's like a wait and see.
I think it's a waiting game. I have a 3080 thanks to Paris, right? Paris hooked me up, less than a year ago.
Wow. Why you got to put his business out there like that, right?
Hey, look, I'm giving the man his flowers for being kind and polite, unlike the way you treat him on Twitter.
Hey, since we put business out there, I'll put more business out there. I just built a PC for my daughter, my oldest daughter, who's in college, and she has a 3080 Ti. There you go. Now, you want to announce that too, Danny?
Look at Daddy.
I had no idea.
Daddy T-flops over here just giving out TIs and just giving out teraflops. Merry Christmas. But yeah, I mean, and so I do the math, on a daily basis. Is there a significant jump from the 3080 to a 4080 or 4070 Ti? It depends. I don't know. I would more than likely skip a generation just because I don't have the fun. It's getting to that time of year where, I gotta I got to start looking at the wallet and determining whether I got to make decisions on things. But I don't know if there's a substantial jump that warrants from a 3080 to a 4090 from a price perspective. I think it might be too much for me.
Can I throw this out there? You play at 1440p.
Yes, and there's no reason to jump.
Yeah, there's no reason. These cards, the performance that you're seeing is if you're trying to play at 4K. Mm-hmm. If you're at 1440p, the 30 series cards are fine. Like I said, 3080 all the way up to the 3090 Ti at 1440p. I mean, you're 100 plus frames, max, the whole thing. So you're not going to, for me anyways, I would have a hard time justifying jumping up to a 4000 series card if I want to stay at 1440p. Right now, I'm not seeing it. I haven't seen a game yet that comes out. Cyberpunk might be the most graphically, intensive one, performance wise, that would require the resources. Mm-hmm. But even that at 1440p, you should be fine.
I mean, and also I have to consider that I only got a 750 watt power supply. So if I'm going to put if I'm going to put a 40 series card in there.
That's another thing I was worried about.
Yeah, that was
mine is a 750.
That was the other panic. I was like, "Oh my god, are we good with a 7?" We had to read the whole reviewer's guide. I was like, "Okay, he's good," because I have 1,000. Because I have 1,000 watt for the 4090.
Danny's got a 750.
Yeah, 750. But mine's just fine. I was worried because I'm like, damn, do I have to upgrade like Paris? Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you have to start doing the math, and based on yours, I don't think you have enough. I don't think you have enough power wattage usage to be concerned about that. But
the 4080 minimum is 750 for this one.
Okay.
For Paris, what's the minimum for your 4090?
850, right? For yours?
850.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I would not trust that. I would get at least 1,000, at least.
Why you don't trust it? I don't get it. Why?
Because this 4090 consumes a lot of power, and they're just saying minimum 850. Again, if you're trying to overclock and you're trying to push these things and do a lot of stuff, at least just get 1,000. Like if you have to get a new power supply, don't just go with the minimum. Go get some overhead. Yeah. Go with 1,000 at least. Okay. Probably 1,200 if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
And what's your CPU combo? I'm just curious because I know there is a concern on some games where you could potentially bottleneck your CPU if your GPU is way overpowered.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. I can't talk in gigahertz and teraflops and performance because it's Danny. So.
Oh no, I have an i9 10850K, which for all intents and purposes is a 10900K. From a performance standpoint. Mm-hmm. But and I've obviously had this since 2020 or whatever, and it's fine. I'm not concerned. I felt no urgency that I needed to upgrade my CPU anytime soon. So I haven't bottlenecked on anything yet.
Yeah, that's. I've got a 9900K. I never really technically had a CPU problem, and I don't foresee one. But I'm getting to the point now. I mean, it was 2019 when I built it, so 2020. It's 2 years old. Look. This machine over here is a beast, right? It's 9900K, 32 gigs of RAM, all on M.2 drives. I don't have any problems. So I really technically, outside of being an overachiever when it comes to PC tech parts, I don't have a need to upgrade. It's just that I have very little patience. And
I saw that chat. Hey,
if Danny
John,
ever needs a break during the cast, he can always bring up PC spec talk.
But here's the thing.
We need to send him something. We need to send him t-shirts or something. That's an amazing comment, man.
hey, I'm still like, here's the thing. And I've been now, it's been over a year now playing PC games, right? It's been over a year. And been having a great time, man. Sometimes I do need a break. Like I need to just go to the couch and play on the regular TV, or there's like multiplayer games, especially local co-op ones. I'll go to the couch. Like I can't do that on a computer. I don't know. It's just not for me. But I've been having a great time, man. I like lately. I have Call of Duty for console and PC, and I've been playing the PC more than the console. So it's been great. The only thing, guys, it's frustrating when when it's like game crashes and all that stuff, it's just annoying. I'll probably experience that more on the PC side than the console side, but everything else has been great. Like it's been cool.
It's why I like the fact that, to bring console into it. It's why I like that Xbox has been steadily improving that Xbox app on PC and obviously encouraging cross-platform play and saves, achievements, the whole thing, because I prefer to play in here where I am. And I don't need to hook up a console to be able to play Xbox games. I can just play directly off of my PC. I do it all the time. But to your point, Danny, if I just want to just go chill on the couch or whatever, just go in the other room, fire up the Xbox, I'll play on there. The irony is, because for review purposes and all that, I keep my PS5 in here, so I have that hooked up in here. But for just casual couch play, I'm usually on Xbox out in the living room. But you can basically play, and we obviously know this is their plan moving forward. Any Xbox game that's going to come out from Xbox Game Studios or Bethesda or Activision will be on that Xbox app, and you can just play on PC and take full advantage. That's the other thing. Just real quick, we'll get off PC talk. That's the other shift that Xbox has been doing over the past couple of years, is when they were basically cloning the console version of the games to be on their Xbox app, and you couldn't take full advantage of all the the higher end PC specs like DLSS 3. All that stuff was not necessarily available. Like Control is actually a great example of this, that I could not. The Xbox app version of Control wasn't the same as the Steam version of Control on the PC. Now that's flipped. Like Plague's Tale Requiem, I've played on the Xbox app, takes full advantage of all the PC stuff, DLS, everything. And that's where they're headed moving forward. Like even Forza Horizon 5 just had a PC update. Now you can do actual ray tracing in game. They've updated some of their DLSS features, all that. And that's the beauty of PC gaming. Again, if you've invested in that hardware and want to take advantage of some of those advanced features, you can. And Xbox has started to embrace that on the PC side, which is great to see.
My last question: Flight Sim, is that also updated to take advantage of those features?
Yes, Flight Sim does DLSS 3 now. So now you can almost get 100 frames at 4K, because you talk about a freaking performance monster. It's Flight Sim. That dude, if anything, that's the new Crisis. Fire up Flight Sim if you want to test your machine and see what it can do. But it does DLSS 3 now.
Okay, good. Quick thing. So the other day, shout out to Tab Bruno PR for sending me this invite. I got to play High in Life for like an hour or so. Are you guys interested in this game at all? Like, I know
Yes.
There's been videos. Yeah. For those that don't know, this is from Squanch Games. Justin Rowland, creator of Rick and Morty. He's also part of this project and everything. And I got to play the game for an hour. I was the only one there, actually. They made it like this event like very, very small, the preview. So for those that don't know, it's a first-person shooter. Very comedy, a lot of jokes in that game. So you have two weapons, either just like a pistol or a shotgun, and they actually talk to you, and they always will like tell you like places to go, if there's like stuff that you discover, but it's all comedy, right? So I'm playing it, and I've been like exploring just to see how it is, like just going to like different places and finding like treasure chests, new location, hidden locations, and everything like that. Side quests where you could also do in this game, and had a great time. The only thing, and maybe just me, maybe because of the event or anything like that, I feel like there was a lot of talking in the game that I felt like I just wanted to play a regular shooter. I don't know. Maybe it's something new to me with this type of game. But I had a great time playing it. I don't know if this. I know there's been gameplay videos from like IGN and other places too, and I'm wondering what people have been saying about it. Like on social media and everything. Probably they've been saying the same thing, but I had a good time playing the game. I want to play the full version once it comes out, and I know it's going to be on Xbox Game Pass and everything. And this is only single player. Now, another thing that you could do in this game too is when you're in your home, there's like, couch, there's a TV. You could actually watch original content. I forgot how many hours of content is available there. You could just sit down and just watch the TV, and there's like nonstop. Even movies is available there too in the game. So I played. Actually, I recorded I recorded like 60 minutes of gameplay, and I posted like almost 10 minutes of it on Twitter. I had to edit a lot of stuff out because they're always cursing. Like it's crazy how much I had to edit that out all, man, for the video, man. But I had a great time with it. I'm just curious to see how it is like the full version once it comes out. So Paris, are you curious about it? And I know we were at the showcase when they showed the presentation. The boss battles looks really, really cool of the game. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't attend that event last week to get hands on myself. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Again, Justin Roiland, just that team, obviously, just the Rick and Morty roots, instantly, piqued my interest. But the game looks fun. I love of what I've seen so far from it. So definitely curious to get my hands on, and obviously check it out when it comes out. I forget the exact date, but obviously I know it's in December. I think it's like second week of December.
December 13th.
Yeah, it's like after the 14th. 13th. Yeah, it's after 13th. The
December 13th is the launch day.
Yeah, it's after the Game Awards. It comes out. And everything. Yeah. I think the game is gonna do good, man. I think having this during that time, and also available on Xbox Game Pass, I think it's going to help to push the game even more, man. So I think people are going to have a good time with it, man.
Yeah.
I think I like the fact that it comes across as something bright, colorful, and full of fun in a time
very colorful,
where we've got so much focus on the new Dead Space coming out, Callisto, games that are going to be structured to scaring the living bleep out of you. And then you've got a game like this that's bright, full of hilarity because it's Justin Roiland, right? So that that I like the contradiction in those two. So I'm excited for it. I think I'm always a sucker for stupid fun games as opposed to something that gets hyper serious or what have you. Games like that always put you in a different mood and let you enjoy things, right? So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, for those that are listening, let us know if you're also excited about the game. Let us know. Send us your feedback. Call our voicemail, 786-273-7GTR. That's 786-273-7GTR. Or go to SpeakPipe and record your message. And I would like to hear your thoughts about the game from your point of view. Paris, I know another game too that we've been playing is Miles Morales. Honestly, that's like my favorite Spider-Man game. The first one is really good, but I could relate to this even more because of the location of New York and everything, Afro-Latino. Everything. So the story is phenomenal. I just love the soundtrack of that game, and I remember playing that for the PS5 when the console came out, and man, I was like playing it nonstop. Now it came out for the first time, a PC version. How's been your experience playing that for the PC? I know you were saying earlier you have max settings and everything there too, man.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. And kudos to Nixus, who did the PC port for Insomniac to bring it over to PC. It's a fantastic PC port. I've personally not really, you see a minor bug here or there, but nothing game breaking, nothing that takes away from the experience. But I've been playing with DLSS 3 enabled at 4K, 100 plus frames, ray tracing, high density crowds, whole thing been buttery smooth. Playing through it. I really have had no complaints at all. And, it's funny with Spider-Man on PC coming out, a couple months ago, it really reignited that itch that, man, I want to play Miles Morales again. So I'd really been anticipating this finally coming. So I was excited to get a chance to play it a little bit early. And again, thank you to PlayStation for providing a review code. But I love it. All this does is gets me even more excited for Spider-Man 2 next year. I mean, that... And not to sidetrack from what we're talking about, but when I think about most anticipated games for 2023, that's it. That's it for me.
Yeah, that's one of them.
I cannot wait to be able to play that because, and again, we don't know what the full details are going to be, what potential co-op experience is going to look like in that, but to have Miles and Peter, playable in the same game, just the little tease that you get in Miles Morales about what that potentially could be is so exciting. So I can't wait. Really looking forward to it. But yeah, this PC port is fantastic. If you've not played even Spider-Man Remastered, obviously Miles Morales yet, because you're waiting for it to come to PC, go pick it up. It is absolutely worth your time to go play it. You will enjoy that story. I know for me, by the end, I shed a couple tears for sure. Because I thought it was such a fantastic story, the representation that Miles brings, into gaming by being Afro-Latino and being in Harlem and just, I don't want to spoil it. Play it. You'll love it.
Yeah. Now, I know this is also available on the first Spider-Man 2, but you could also connect your PlayStation ID. Because I know there was an update after the release of the first one. I haven't done it yet. Have you tried it? Like, can you... Whatever you unlock through the Steam achievements, will that also be on your console version?
No. Look, PlayStation ain't there yet. They
I don't know. I haven't done it. So
no, you can connect your PSID, and then it did like some unlocks. Like I got some extra skill points. I got a suit already, stuff like that, because it was connected. But no, there isn't. PlayStation isn't there yet. Being serious for a second, they aren't there yet where basically connecting your PlayStation ID, kind of like what Xbox does with their Gamertag, your achievements and things are going to cross over things. None of that. It's not doing any of that. It's still like considered separate environments at this point. But I would imagine in the next year or two, we'll see that happen, where basically it'll just be universal across the console and the PC. Just track all your progress, trophies, all that stuff.
I think this is just another way for them to track to see how many people actually sign in, right? Yeah.
Yes. Look, okay. I'll say this because I tweeted it a couple days ago. I was like, "Dear PlayStation, continue to put your games on PC," because I think we will get to a point. I know, look, a little couple fanboys probably get upset I said that, whatever. I said it tongue in cheek, but the reality of it is, yes, there is an audience on PC, and we've been saying this for years. There is an audience on PC that are not playing things like Spider-Man, God of War Ragnarok, Ghost of Tsushima, Ratchet and Clank, that aren't playing it. It is an untapped market. So whether you're doing it day and date, whether you're doing it a year later, whatever the case, continue to bring your games to PC. I would love to see, like we're just talking about, the integration of the PSN ID, so that if I'm playing on console and I achieve certain trophies or progress or whatever, that does transfer over to the PC and vice versa. So it is universal, so that I'm not having to necessarily completely start over. So Miles Morales, as an example, I would have loved that all my progress for Miles Morales on PS5 went over the PC. So when I jump on PC, I'm instantly going into New Game Plus. Right? Versus having to, look, I ain't complaining, but playing through it again, then get New Game Plus, and now I can do some of that stuff that you can do in New Game Plus, right? So I hope we get to that point with PlayStation on PC. God of War Ragnarok is another example of that, where it'd be awesome to all my progress on PS5 just naturally progressed over to PC, and think the Uncharted, all that stuff. So I hope we'll get there. And we know when they start debuting their live service games, because they've already said their live service games are going to be day and date on console and PC. I can't imagine they're going to limit that to, well, I started playing on PS5, so whatever progress that and things that I've achieved, your battle passes, whatever they do, aren't going to translate to PC. I would imagine by the time we get to that point, they're going to be doing it. Like, I think right now, we're playing Call of Duty Warzone, right? Warzone 2.0. Yeah, I played on Xbox. I played on PC. Everything I've achieved, progressed with, goes back and forth. That's how it should be.
As it should be, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to just switch around and everything and carry your
progression,
your stats, and all that. So your progression. Yeah, that's good. One last thing, Paris. I know we haven't even talked about it, but Steam Deck. I think those games from the PlayStation are the perfect games for the Steam Deck too, man. So like I've been playing Miles Morales on that, Cyberpunk I've been playing on that, God of War, Horizon. It's been great so far, just playing on the Steam Deck on the go, like woo.
And that's precisely why I haven't started it on PC. I fly back out to the States at the end of next week, actually the end of this week. And so I've already got it preloaded, and that's going to be the perfect companion for when I'm on the train or when I'm on the airplane and finally experiencing it for the first time. Because mind you, I have not played Miles Morales, so this will be my first time playing it. So I'll be sitting there with my headphones on, for long haul travel flights. It's going to be the perfect companion for me.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for you to try it out, Pete.
That's
I
gonna
think
be
you're going to
exciting.
love Miles Morales. You're going to love that game.
I'm excited. I'm so excited because I've sat here and miraculously since the original launch, I have not been spoiled. So I don't know how the game goes. I made it a point to not try to look and find and see what it was going to be like. So thankfully, I have been kept spoiler free, and I get to experience it essentially like day one.
Yeah.
Miles Morales gets bit by a spider and becomes Spider-Man. There you go.
Wow. More than.
I will just say on that again, remember, this is a shorter experience. There may or may not be rumors out there that this was originally going to be a PS4 game and just be an expansion
right?
Spider-Man remastered, but it's a shorter experience, but it's fine. It's fine. It's still fun. It is worth your time investment to go play this. It stands on its own. You don't need, you literally do not need to play Spider-Man Remastered to enjoy Miles Morales. That's how much it stands on its own. But I mean, I will say, if you've gone through Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, and that story to now pick up from Miles' point of view, it makes a lot of sense. It does feel like a natural transition from that first game, which again is why I'm so excited for 2, because I think, yeah, it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good. Can't wait. Anything else, guys, before we wrap it up?
I don't think so.
Well, I'll say this. I am enjoying my time playing Call of Duty Warzone 2.0. And I wasn't necessarily that big into the first Warzone. I dabbled around in a little bit. But I'm enjoying Warzone. I'm having fun with it. I'm enjoying jumping in. I've been playing a lot of solos, just going in, and my strategy has been I will kind of go to a middle point in the map and I get a sniper.
Rat it out.
Yeah. Yep. And I just sit in there and I just sit in the room and I wait for some dum-dum to go to one of a stronghold or go after if they do a loadout drop. I wait for some dum-dums to go run from that, and I just hit my sniper and I just bing, 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 and I take them out, and then I get greedy like a dummy and I run out and then I die. But it's funny. I've been getting into the teens by myself playing. I don't consider myself some great player that's going to win or whatever. But we definitely got to jump in and start doing some quad stuff.
You heard that. 100 Thieves. If you're looking for a new player, Paris is available.
There you go. He's ready. Sponsors. Let's go with the sponsors.
Have you played any of DMZ?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Cobb
nice.
were playing some DMZ. Yeah.
Cool. No, DMZ is fun.
I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah, it's been fun.
Glad to hear that.
Look, take all the Xbox acquiring them all that stuff out. Just look at Activision on their own. You can see the time, the money, and the resources that they're investing into this franchise, because Call of Duty, for all the most part, obviously early launch bugs aside, is a very quality and polished product. It is. I mean, you can see it, whether you're playing the campaign or obviously jumping to the multiplayer stuff. It is a very high end, AAA war experience that you're having a lot of fun with it.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I sent it in the group chat earlier this morning that it was found out that Google spent they spent a deal $360 million with Activision to block a rival app store. And I'm curious if you guys had a chance to take a look at that, to stop it from competing with its.
I saw it. I saw it. And I was very confused about it. How rival in what way though?
So it struck 24 separate deals with app developers to stop them from competing with its own Play Store, including an agreement to pay Activision Blizzard $360 million over 3 years.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
At what point does it become egregious? And do you think that makes sense? And especially now, now Microsoft has, if that deal even comes through, does that impact that negotiation, that purchase? Because now they're on the hook to pay for those deals 2-3 years down in.
I mean, they still have to pay. It happened before before everything becomes official, you know. So, anything else from Paris?
Yes, I have something, and if someone that's watching this, you can clip this and you can tweet it to them.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let me sit here. Let me get ready.
Put the seat up there. Here we go.
Here it goes. Clip it.
All right, so here we go. Andrea and Britt at What's Good Games.
Oh.
I'm officially asking to be invited onto your wonderful show, your wonderful podcast. You know, Danny gets to go on with his wife. You know, I see Blessing was on there recently, but you know, I don't get an invite. I would love to be able to sit down. Just me. I don't want nobody else. Just me. Come on. And let's have a conversation about gaming. We talk about PC gaming. We talk about the console stuff. You know, we talk about 2023. There's so many things that we could talk about that I would love the opportunity to sit down on your wonderful show and have that conversation. What's good, games? What's good? Have me on.
Yo, Paris sounds hurt. He sounds hurt.
I am hurt. I am hurt. Yes, I am. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw Blessing on there, I was hurt. I was like, what Blessing get to go on and I don't? Why can't I go on?
Well, you don't play Pokemon. You don't play Pokemon.
I don't care. Have me on anyways. I'll wing it. I'll figure it out.
I love Pokemon. Catch them all.
We can talk about the cartoon. I used to watch it. No, but what made me think say that is because I had tweeted out while we were talking about PC gaming, and Britt said something that someone had tagged What's Good Games, like, why don't you have Britt come on for PC Talk? So then I replied to her in all caps, when am I getting invited?
Hey, it's all good. No, they should make it official. They will make it. They'll invite you.
Yeah. I hope somebody clipped that, because I will tweet the hell out of it if they did.
It's like, what's good, games?
Yeah.
What's good?
What's good?
What's good? All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone, for listening to episode 1233 here at Gamertag Radio. Make sure to share it and yeah, post your reviews on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Spotify and all these other places, man. Just support us, man. All right. Until next time, we're out. Take care, y'all. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.